typical day in central New Jersey, you know, riding around in a Batmobile. Yes, Commissioner. Yeah, what can we do for you, sir? We're on our way.
Now, we're recording this for a podcast. We could have gone to Starbucks, but we chose to come here. It is the Batmobile. We're on our way to fight crime. Do we get a discount or a complimentary?
We are in the Batcave in central New Jersey. My name is Rudy Samsel, and I'm the co-founder of GuysWithRides.com, the only dealer-free marketplace and community for classic and collector car enthusiasts. So in addition to the website, this is the Guys With Their Rides podcast. I'm a firm believer there's a story under the hood of every classic car, so I like to go out and interview interesting people with cool cars. And what could be cooler than owning a Batmobile? And I'm here with my guest, Paul, who's in the Batcave of central New Jersey.
Don't give me exact location.
No, I won't. I don't want to be sprayed with bat gas, especially not in the middle of the day. Maybe later, but that's a different story. We met at a local Cars and Coffee last week, and this is another example of in the New York to Philadelphia area. Having moved down here about 15 years ago, I got schooled on what a car haven it is in this area. And you go to any Cars and Coffee, I don't care if it's New York, Philly, or anywhere in between, you're going to see some interesting cars, a lot of exotics. It will not disappoint. And of course, when I was there Saturday with Project Risky Business, my 928, stealing the show was this beautiful Batmobile. So Paul, tell us how this all came about.
Well, Rudy, I was a big Batman fan. From the time when it was on Wednesday night and Thursday night at the Cliffhanger. A lot of people say, oh, I watched Batman when I came home after school. You watched it in reruns. I watched the original. Okay.
Interesting. So, yeah, I fell into the latter category, right.
This was 1966, and there was not a cooler car on the planet than the Batmobile.
Yeah.
And I never, in my wildest dreams, thought I would ever own a Batmobile. 5 years ago, I'm on Facebook Marketplace. Just happened to flip on Facebook Marketplace. And a woman in California, New Jersey, was selling two of them.
Two of them?
Two of them.
Not one, but two.
Not one, but two. Now, I told my son-in-law, who was partners with me on this Batmobile, Paul Almeida, to Paul, I always talked about the Batmobile, and he said, I've never seen the Batmobile. Let's go, and let's bring cash. So we went there, and Carol was the woman. Nice little estate, had a pond, nice house, had two freestanding two-story garages.
Not quite the Wayne Mansion.
Not the Wayne Mansion. So I rang the doorbell, and I had a little Batmobile behind my back. And when she came down, Carol, I said, I understand you have two of these, only bigger. You had come on. So as we're walking up to the garage, I said, Carol, most people don't have one Bat, but you got two. How do you do that? She said, they were my husband's. He passed away about a year ago. Now I got to go through the house and go through all this stuff. He never went in the garages. That was his playground, his bat cave, all right? Now, this is 19 feet long.
She had no idea what he was doing out there.
Under cover of darkness, he probably came, cut the engine on the flatbed that was bringing them, I guess, and brought two Batmobiles. This is 19 feet long. Imagine two of these end to end. It was a huge garage. Two of these end to end.
Wow.
Right? So she goes up to the garage, opens the door, sees the two of them, has no idea what they are. She calls up the brother-in-law and says, I just opened up the garage door. What the hell are these things? And he said, oh, you found them, huh? He told her what they were. She wanted $20,000 a piece. Okay. Now that was a fair price because the body was mounted on the chassis, engine and drivetrain were in place, so the heavy lifting was done. Right? It's just I painted, no windshield, no seats, no back gadgets. When I did finally buy one of them, I had to sit on a milk crate to drive it out of the
You
flat.
had a lot to do to get it to this point.
I had a lot. When she said 20 grand a piece, my son-in-law very wisely said, let's buy them both. We'll fix up one, sell that at a profit, then put that money into the second one, and then we'll have, and Rudy, I never thought I'd say this phrase in my life, a free Batmobile. I told my son-in-law, I said, Paul, how many people are buying Batmobiles? What's the market for Batmobiles?
Right.
Let's let her stew for a week. We'll come back and we'll lowball her. We come back in a week, she sold one. Now, I'm telling this story at a car show, and the guy says, Califon, I know who bought the other Batmobile. Guy who owns an auto body shop in Phillipsburg. I said, does it look like this? He said, no, it's in the back lot. It's got a tarp over it. He hasn't touched it. He doesn't have time.
Wow.
So there's another Batmobile learning out there.
Well, I have to admit, I used to go to Bucks County Cars and Coffee over in Doylestown. And I think, in fact, when I told my mom I was going to interview the Batmobile, she goes, she reminded me of it because I took her. It was a Thanksgiving Cars and Coffee a couple years ago. She was in town, and we went over there, and she couldn't believe it. Everybody was we're at Cars and Coffee where there's Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and it was a decent November day. And his Batmobile stole the show. Now, that one, I recall, was on a Lincoln Continental chassis.
This is on a 79 Lincoln Town.
Okay, so similar kind of thing.
That is the classic chassis to put it on because you need that wheelbase.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
That was a guy in Long Island who takes a C4 Corvette, stretches the chassis, and puts the Batmobile on that. Two advantages. One, you got a sports car underneath. This is a land yacht. This is a boat.
Right.
Second, if you can imagine the 79 Lincoln, it's got that nice big grill, radiator right behind it, nice airflow.
Yes.
You have to redesign the radiator, if you're using the 79, redesign it to go at an angle because of the body shape.
Oh, okay.
And overheating is an issue with the 79s. If you're using a Corvette, the Corvette's designed to have the radiator at an angle. So
makes sense. So this is based on a 79 Lincoln, but the original was based on a Lincoln, but of course a much older version.
It was the original Batmobile was based on a steel body 1955 Lincoln Futura concept car. Ford built it for $250,000. It went on the show circuit. It featured some things that found its way into production Lincolns in the late 50s. It started in a movie. It started with a kiss. Debbie Reynolds and Glenn Ford.
Okay.
Now, in that movie, it was painted red. The original was the show car was pearlescent white, but that didn't show up well on film, so they painted it red. And the car was an integral part of the storyline. And if you ever see that movie, you will notice that it has a canopy that covers the top.
Yeah.
So it was fully functional that you could drive it in the rain. Obviously, the Batmobile can't be driven in the rain. Mm-hmm. So when Ford was done with it, it was a fully functional concept car. Typically, concept cars are just a shell.
Yes.
They look pretty, all right. But this was fully functional. When the tour was done, when the movie was finished, typically they're strapped. But Ford sold it to George Baris for $1. Okay. And George Baris is a well-known car customizer in Southern California. So I don't know what he had in mind for it, because from the time he bought it till the time that the producers of the Batmobile TV show came to him, it was rusting in his back lot. So, wow, Batmobile TV show, they're casting, they're writing scripts and everything. We need a Batmobile. So they originally went to Dean Jeffries, another customer, sure, and they said, we need the Batmobile for the TV show. Can you do it? And he said, yes. Okay, we need it in 3 weeks. He said, no. Now, interestingly enough, I've seen concepts of Dean Jeffries. He was going to use a 59 Cadillac convertible. And if you can picture a 59 Cadillac convertible,
yeah,
the largest fins, okay, you can imagine how he would sculpt them to look like a bat wing.
Yeah.
I think he was going to put a bat head Batman face on the front, a la the comics, okay? So it was an interesting, I think it would have looked more like a cartoon car than what we're using now. Okay?
Yeah.
So they turned around and went to George Baris, and George Baris said, yeah, I'll do it. I said, okay, you got 3 weeks, and here's $30,000. He worked around the clock to get it done. Even when it was done, when he delivered it for the show and they're starting to do filming, it was overheating. The brakes gave out. There's on YouTube, Adam West is being interviewed, and the interviewer said, "Did you drive the Batmobile?" He said, "Sure, I did." How was it? And you can see the excitement and hear the excitement in his voice. Like, yeah. How was it to drive the Batmobile? It must have been cool. And Adam West was very nonchalant, said, it was terrible. The brakes gave out. It overheated. It couldn't handle. But it was the best looking prop you ever saw.
I could see him. He was always deadpan.
Yeah.
Bet. Yeah. That's awesome. Thank you for tuning into this episode of the Guys with Their Rides podcast. I'm pleased to report the Guys with Rides YouTube channel just surpassed 3,000 subscribers. Well, that's a tremendous milestone, and I thank every one of you who took the time to subscribe. The statistics show that only 3% of my active viewers actually subscribe. I'd like to point out it costs nothing for you to subscribe, but it helps grow the channel and get the message out to other people that might be interested in my classic and collector car content. Paul, the owner of this stunning 66 Batmobile replica, has made an interesting offer. He's agreed to give the winner of my choice a ride in the Batmobile. It's quite an experience. So if you're in the Metro New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania area and would like to be entered, here's what you need to do. Any registered YouTube users who subscribe to my channel between Tuesday, August 27th and Tuesday, September 3rd, 2024, will be entered into a drawing. You need to do nothing other than subscribe, and I will enter all of those new subscribers during that 1 week period into the drawing. If you have any questions, reach out to me directly. I hope you enjoy this video. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you subscribe. You get the car, so now you're down to 1. You buy it for the 20 large, and now what do you do with it?
Now I have to figure out how to do all this stuff. Where do I find the canopies? Where do I find the beacon and everything?
Right.
So there is a company in Logansport, Indiana, called Fiberglass Freaks. That's their business. They build 66 replicas of the Batmobile. Wow. So I found it on the internet, called them up. Mark is the president. And I said, Mark, I just got a unrestored 66 Batmobile I have to get all the gadgets for. And I can only picture him on the other end of the phone line. So what do you need, buddy? I said, well, I need the beacon, okay?
Yeah.
He says, oh, yeah, beacon. It's $1,000. $1,000? He said, go to AutoZone. They may have it on sale this week. Cha-ching. I got to pay for the beacon. I said, I need the grills, the front and rear grills. Oh, that's $800. It's metal painted black. It's not titanium. It's not gold plated.
Yeah.
Again, that AutoZone flyer, check it out. So for laughs and giggles, I Googled Batmobile Club of New Jersey, and the president is in Forked River. He fabricates a lot of the gadgets, and he became my new best friend.
Wow. So there's an actual, I'm sorry, stole your train of thought. There's an actual, not Batman Club, but Batmobile Club.
Batmobile Builder Club, okay?
And how many people are in that?
So when I was talking to Mark, he said, can I ask you, mind me asking, where are you from? I said, New Jersey. He said, I don't know what's in the water in New Jersey, but I've got 18 customers. I'm the 19th customer. So there are 19 as of today. There could be more.
Right.
But as of when I spoke to them, 19 Batmobiles in New Jersey alone.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. So people will always say, oh, I saw that up in Fort Shipping.
That's what I said.
Yeah. And I said, no, it wasn't me. And people are amazed that there's more than one Batmobile replica. But there are 19. There are estimates there are over 300 across the country.
Okay.
And Canada. Canada is a big Batmobile community in Canada.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you found the supplier now in Fort River. What else did he do for you?
Well, again, the console, the dashboard, all the little knickknacks. He must have cleaned out Radio Shack when he went into business. Was all the little jewel lights he got.
Yeah.
This is, I've been told, and I've watched the show over and over again to make sure I was getting it correct, but this is considered a very good replica, accurate. Every Batmobile builder does something a little different. I have not seen another Batmobile, even though I go to a lot of car shows, and I've never seen it advertised, but I'm anxious to see another Batmobile. Not that I want to take it apart, just, oh, you did it that way, I did it this way. I did that red, I painted it green. Again, you do things a little differently. Each one has their own little take. My center hub of the steering wheel has a 3D printed piece in there where I can press a button and it says every holy that Robin said. Holy moly, Batman. There are 50 of them, by the way.
Wow.
So I can press that button and it plays that. I have the TV show theme. I press a button and it plays the theme. So
Nice.
I have those little added touches that not everyone does.
Yeah. Well, that's great. And what was the hardest part getting this together? It was over it was a 2-year build.
Well, a two-year project. My son-in-law found a mechanic, had a friend who was a mechanic who took on the project part-time, and that mechanic knew a body shop who, it was 3 months alone just to do the body work, the primer, the sanding, the body filler.
Now, the deceased individual, did he mold this himself, or did he buy the body kit?
The gentleman I referred to in Long Island, he's considered one of the master Batmobile builders.
Okay.
So I found out later, and I was glad I found it out, that he is considered, a benchmark for Batmobile builds. So I know I had a good foundation, good bones in this.
Okay.
But again, 3 months just to the body work. And interestingly enough, I thought he painted black first and then tape off and do the red. I said, no, I paint the red first and then tape the red and then do the body.
The wheels, those are
Raider
wheels, and it kind of has that look from
That's as close to the TV show as possible.
Wow.
And those are Cooper Cobras, the tires, which are period correct.
So you basically just drive it around. You don't take it on any long trips or anything? Probably not.
I do a 25-mile radius from the Batcave, undisclosed condition. If someone wants it, and I have had people who want it for charity events, and it's a long distance. I have one in Freehold I've done. There you have to pay for the flatbed cost.
I guess it's pretty windy driving it and stuff. It's not really
I tell you, driving, and I've been caught not in a downpour, but it starts to spritz. Okay, I don't get wet at all. I can see it on the windshield, right? But there's that airflow that goes right over you, so you don't get wind in the face.
So I guess the questions pop in my head here, but first thing I see, you realize there's no windshield wiper that's ever going to fit this.
So the first week I got it back from restoration, I drove it over to the police station, Hillsborough Police, and I go to the front desk and I have a business card. I gave him a business card, and he looks at me and says, "What's this?" I said, "Well, I have a Batmobile." You have a Batmobile? Where is it? I said, "Well, it's parked outside." Anyone in the barracks, come on out. There's a Batmobile in the parking lot. So about 6 officers come out, and they're looking and taking pictures. And I said, I brought it here for 2 reasons. One, I want to make it available for parades or charity events or any special event you have, fundraisers. 2, I don't want to get a ticket. They said, what do you mean? I said, as you pointed out, I don't have a windshield wiper, but I don't have a roof, so I'm not going to take us out in the rain. Right. Second, I don't have the front license plate mounted. I have it. He looks at it, he says, technically you're subject to a ticket. He said, I'll make you this deal. In Hillsborough, I can't say that every other town will do this, but in Hillsborough, you're not going to get pulled over. We're not going to rash it for the windshield wiper and front plate.
Yeah.
I said, what about speeding? Because if there's a crime, I've got to get too fast. I have to speed. He said, no, we're getting the audience. So you got Carol. 2 out of 3.
That's right.
That's all. I'll tell you one heartwarming story. First day I got it back off the flatbed in front of the house. Everyone knew I was building one, but now they see it. And I'm taking everyone for rides. The next day on Facebook, it just blew up. Was that the Batmobile I saw? Is that Batman's in town? Oh, Batmobile. oh, Batman. And one said, Batman, I'm a big fan. Here's my address. If you're ever out, stop by. So I was out one time and knew the address. It's right here in the complex. And I parked in front of the house and rang the doorbell, and the wife opened the door. And I said, can Joey come out and play? And she looked and she said, yeah, he'll be right down. And Joe came out, and I don't think his eyes blinked once. He's walking around the car. He's taking pictures. We're speechless.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm a big fan. And in Batman, and he rolls up his sleeve. He's got a Bat logo tattoo on his arm. And he says, look at my license plate, the frame on my car. And it says, my other car is the Batmobile. I said, Joe, give that back to me. That's mine. I can legally say it. You can't. You're making it up.
Yeah.
So he said, you don't know what this means to me. I said, well, you're a big fan. He says, no, we just came back from my mom's wake. Now, I wasn't going to give him a ride, but once he said that, I said, get in, turn your camera on video. And he's 6 years old. He is waving. I have a button that plays a TV theme. He's hitting that button. He's taking pictures. So when I bring him back home, he said, this on the saddest day of my life, you're making me smile. So it's a healing machine. It's not just a crime fighting machine.
Yeah. And then you were telling me before we started rolling the camera, you've taken this to nursing homes and everywhere you go with this is a conversation piece.
Rudy, I'm ashamed to say that I am going to hell. There's a local nursing home here in town, and I like to drive up to it when there's only one person in a wheelchair sitting outside. I pull up, I stop. He usually a gentleman, sees the car. I play the TV theme, and I drive away. I can only imagine when the caregiver comes back to take him back inside.
I just saw the Batmobile. The Batmobile.
Yes, Mr. Jones.
Yeah,
you saw the Batmobile. We're gonna have to up your dosage.
Yeah, time for your pickle.
Yeah. So I am going to hell.
So maintenance-wise, it's a 79 Lincoln Continental.
79 Lincoln engine, 400 cubic inch, 150 horse. It's 4,600 pounds. So it's woefully underpowered for the car.
Yeah, that's a Malaysia Lincoln. Yeah. Okay.
So I don't want to drive fast in this. Sure. And I don't know how fast I'm going. There's no speedometer. There's no odometer. So I have no idea how many miles are on the engine.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you a story about the mechanic. So I had a battery issue. I got stuck in town. I called up AAA, and flatbed came, and he said, well, where do you want me to bring it? And I'm saying, well, I can't bring it home, but I need a battery. He says, come on, I'll take you to where the flatbed comes from here in town, American Tire Service on 206. Jerry is the owner, and the look on his face when the flatbed came into the lot with a Batmobile on the flatbed, that picture, his face was priceless. He was a god. So he diagnosed it. He said, okay, some wiring has to work on. You're gonna have to leave it overnight. Now, I never want to leave the Batmobile overnight.
Yes, it was like an armed guard with.
Obviously, you're going to keep it inside. He said, of course. I can't lock it. There's no roof. So next day he calls and says, it's time. We come over and we can pick it up. So the car, the Batmobile is still up on the lift. And I said, Jerry, I came over. You said it was done.
Right.
Why is it still up on the lift? I didn't want anyone touching it. I didn't want anyone bumping into it. I didn't want any scratches. I said, you're my man. You're the Batmobile mechanic.
Okay.
So exclusively he takes care of the Bat.
That's fantastic. Nice. What are some of the things you so besides the bespoke components that you go to the specialty, so is the seats look an awful lot like a Mustang?
The 65 Mustang seats, the door handles are 16 quarter.
That I noticed that too. Okay.
The speedometer, which doesn't work, is off an Etzel, 58 Etzel.
I was wondering. Okay.
So just to complete the circle with Jerry. So he's worked on the car, worked on the engine, and said it's in great shape. It is a 79, 400 cubic inch engine. He estimates I probably have about 120,000 miles.
Okay.
So
not really a lot for those engines.
Not a lot. I rue the day I'm going to have to do some major work on it.
Yeah.
But up until then, It runs fine. I've added a couple audio tweaks to it. So I have a button I press, and it's the beep, beep, beep. It's the bat phone signal. When you pick up the bat phone signal, you press a button. Gotham City Police, Commissioner Gordon here. Okay. In the steering wheel hub, I have all the Robin Holies that he said on the show. There's 50 of them. And then I have a button that plays, and I'll play it later, kind of introduces Batman, Robin, Defenders of Justice, and the classic line of Robin and Batman, where Robin says, atomic batteries to power, turbines to speed, and Batman says, ready to move out. So, and you have to say that. When you are in the Batmobile with me, you have to say your Robin line. Okay, so like atomic batteries to power, turbines to speed, and then I say, ready to move out. Okay. It'll be. Also in the trunk is the mobile pod computer, which hooks up to the main computer in the Batcave.
So now you've got the car. You've had it. How long has it been fixed?
I've had it for 5 years. The first 2 were restoration. Okay. It's been on the road for 3 years.
So besides scaring elderly people into more medication, what do you see yourself doing with a car over the last year?
Rudy, I had a dream.
Okay.
Outside of Phoenix, there's a guy there who has a Batmobile, restored 66 Batmobile. He gets dressed as Batman, and he goes to children's hospitals, cancer hospitals, and takes the kids for rides. Nice. He went up to one kid, hey, would you like to go for a ride in the Batmobile? And the kid said, well, you're not going to take me to the Batcave. What's the use? That planted the seed. I'm halfway there. I have a Batmobile.
Right.
I just have to build a Batcave then.
Well, I say we
Fire up this Batmobile.
fire up atomic batteries to power, turbines to speed.
There you go.
We're going to be on our way to go pick up some scripts.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed. Roger. Ready to move out.
Oh, that's good. I'll say it. Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Rudy, it's the bat phone.
Oh, better get that.
The black button. I'll put it up here.
Yes, Commissioner. Yeah, what can we do for you, sir? Okay, we need to pick up drugs at CVS. We're on our way.
Or coffee.
Or coffee. We can't. All right, both of them. All right, a latte? Got it. See you soon. To drive if you want to stay incognito. Yeah.
I have to frame my deck when making a right-hand turn.
Oh.
So you can see from your end.
Yeah.
And Catwoman. And the older guys are now, oh, Batmobile, oh, Catwoman, come here. And put her in the middle, and 3 were on one side, 3 on the other, and they're squeezing close. I think they were looking for a lap dance. And I went up to him and said, you know, I got Batman over there. You know, well, Batman, Catwoman, come here.
Yeah, now you're talking.
So, for this upcoming car show at this nursing home in Hillsborough next month, I'll have the Batman and Robin mannequins. But for eye candy, I've got Batgirl and I'm working on Catwoman to come. And those are the real draws.
Yeah, oh, I can imagine, yeah.
I have them.
So, Paul, thank you. This has been fun, and look forward to seeing you at local car shows here. And before we forget, so is the cars available? Have it through thing? You want to promote that or not?
For Gotham for rent. You can go to my website, www.4gotham.com. You'll see pictures and videos.
Okay.
And I do birthday parties, weddings, special events, charity events. So it is available.
Within a 25-mile radius of the Batcave.
Of the Batcave. If there are events further than that, and there have been, and people have ponied up the money to have a flatbed, have it flat.
Nice.
In fact, somebody called me and said, I want the Batmobile on Halloween from 5 to 8. Now, I don't like to drive this at night. And it's in southern Jersey. So I said, you're going to have to pay the cost of flatbed. No problem. Here's my hourly rate. No problem. He said, I want it there from 5 to 8 because I expect 1,500 trick-or-treaters. I said, 1,500 trick-or-treaters? Where do you live? What is? It's the owner of a funeral home. He decorates the front yard with skeletons and witches and coffins. He probably gives out the best candy.
Yeah.
And for 1,500 people to come, he says, I want the Batmobile there. So I'm going this Halloween. I have the bat signal. We're going to flash that on the side of the home. I have a fog machine. So you're going to get and I'll bring Batman and Robin mannequins. So you're going to get a full Batmobile experience.
Very cool. If you enjoyed this podcast, I encourage you to press the like button. And I would challenge you, if you haven't done so already, to subscribe to the channel. Less than 10% of the people watching my videos are actually subscribed. Subscribing costs you nothing, and it helps grow the channel and get my videos out there to a whole new group of people. So please consider doing that as well. While you're at it, I encourage you to check out guyswithrides.com. It's the only dealer-free marketplace and community for classic car enthusiasts like you and me. And we currently have 6 auctions running. That'll be running through August 28th as this runs. And then my next flight leaves September 4th and will run through the 11th. Thanks for watching this video. Please press the like and subscribe button, comment below, and be sure to check out our other videos on this subject, as well as all of the great content on our YouTube channel. If you have any questions, you can call me at the number listed below, or be sure to check out our main website, guyswithrides.com.